Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Wabra Kakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone, many blessings and salutations, and to the hopeful elect, the house of David, the Bayath Dawadah, for whom these epistles are written for. In these last days, shalom to the elect, and Bayath Dawadah, meaning house of David, which is the Paleo Hebrew. So, as you see on the screen right here, and it's going to be a real short lesson, but it's just going into the fact that they understand the threat that's coming from the heavens. Okay, they understand. I'm talking about Esau, Edom, and the elite. They understand the threat that is coming from the heavens, and they're preparing themselves. They understand that the second coming of Yahweh Shai, who they ignorant call today, Jesus Christ, is going to come from the heavens, and that they need to prepare their bunkers. That's why you have all these celebrities getting their bunkers sealed, and having people sign NDAs and all type of things of that nature, and because they understand the second coming of Yahweh Shai is going to be the end of this society as you know it. There will not be in America when Yahweh Shai comes back, or if there is, it's going to be parts of it. It's not going to be in full power as it is now. Okay, militarily. Okay, so let's get in the article. It says Trump wants to revive Star Wars, and this is from Russia. It says U.S. moves to weaponize space are deeply destabilizing, the Russian foreign minister has said. It says U.S. President Donald Trump's directive to create an American Iron Dome missile defense system is destabilizing step towards the weaponization of space. Now, they're going to try to say, oh, well, this is really against, military threats down here on Earth. But really, truthfully, when you go back to that speech in the 80s with Ronald Reagan, when he was talking about the Star Wars program, he was talking about from the perspective of if everybody was warring and then there was a faction that came from out of the heavens, we all here on Earth would have to join together in force to stop that invasion. Well, let's read a precept real quick, which is one of my favorite and hopefully yours as well, that the Lord is going to come in such a manner. And they know this. Okay? They know this. They're going to try to stop him. Okay? Because they understand with him coming, that means the end of their king and rulerships on here on earth. They know this. And that's why they're actively trying to stop it. This is 2 Esdras 13:2. It says, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. It says, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And that's talking about the armies and militaries, all right, that are seeing this this behemoth of a ship, which we know as the Father ship, which Yahweh Shai is going to come back in style, y'all. He's going to come back in style, and he's going to come back in vengeance for his people, the elect. He's only fighting for his elect. Everyone else, you're going to feel his wrath. Okay, and that's including 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Although you are his people as well, you must pay for your treachery, right? This is 2 Esdras 13:4. It says, and whosoever the voice, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice. And that's talking about those concentrated fire beams, okay, or laser beams that he's going to just zap people with the quickness. He's not going to wait around. That's that voice he's going to use, okay? Zap, zap, right? Straight out of Batman style, right? It says, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when I filleth the fire. So let's go back to the article. So they understand that they're gonna face a threat from space. Esau is not as dumb as y'all think he is. He's clever. He's just not as smart as he think he is, right? This is in the article. It says U.S. President U.S. President Donald Trump's directive to create an American Iron Dome missile defense system is a destabilizing step towards weaponization of space, Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova, has said. It says a Trump executive order to develop advanced missile defenses. Now, on the face of it, you could take this as, well, he's just trying to protect himself from the oncoming threat of World War III. But remember, they talked about space. See, they throw in things and then they leave things out. You just got to follow them because their contradictory is going to come. Okay, it says Trump's executive order to develop advanced missile defenses issued earlier this week authorizes the creation of space-based interceptors. It says, among other things, the diplomat told reporters on Friday. It says we see this as yet another confirmation of the U.S. focus on turning space into an arena for armed confrontation. Now, the Russians understand that the Americans are their enemy and vice versa. But what they both understand is that threat, they both see something out there that we can't see, but we know is there. Talking about those of you brothers that are believers. They see something approaching. They see it. And they're burying down the hatches. They're burying down the hatches because they understand that when Yahushua, or in whatever they might call him, but they know he's coming. And they know that the prophets are prophesying. And he knows, I'm talking about Esau Edom, that this is not good for him. Okay? I'll prove that. Right? Let's go to Jeremiah 50 and 43. Because Esau Edom, despite that little stupid smirk he keeps on his face, he is petrified. He is scared out of his damn wits. He knows what's gonna come. He just doesn't want to face it because he's a coward. Okay? He did all this to the Lord's people, and then he didn't expect any consequences to come of that. About it, like that's not fair. Oh my goodness. Jeremiah 50 and 43, it says the king of Babylon have heard the report of them, talking about the prophets, right? It says, and his hands waxed feeble, anguish took hold of him, and pangs as a woman in travail. Listen, he's scared shitless. I don't care what he portrays to you publicly. In the background, that guy is scared as fuck. That's why he's like, oh God, no, he ain't saying oh God, but he's like, let the rock fall on us to protect us from him that sits on the throne. Why you think he said that? Because he understood that his time at the top is fleeting. He understands that. And he wants to stay on top. So he's going to try to use drones and everything else to try to stop the second coming, which it will not. Those of you that have faith in the American system, Anton Daniels, those of you that have faith in this system and love this country that much, you're going to have the chance to participate in stopping the threats that come to America. But you're going to have to stop the one you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Because you love your country that much, right? But you love Jesus too, right? Huh? You're going to have to stop him. And you're going to have to use your body as a shield to protect the country you very much love. It's not a threat, it's a promise. I'm just telling you what the Bible says, right? Jeremiah 50 and 43. And this is just proof that the elite of this society know what we're saying is true, right? That's why they just send disinformation rangers out to try to, like a Vocab Malone or Anton Daniels or, insert name here, right? They sent many of them, okay? Hell, they bought off some of us, but they ain't bought off the elect, though. Jeremiah 50 and 43, it says, the king of Babylon have heard the report of them, and his hands waxed feeble. So he's feeble. He's weak. Okay, he's weak, knowing that his fate is not in his own hands. That is a scary thing for Esau. Esau is all about freedom and doing what he wants. And the fact that he has a fate that he has no chance in or no input in, that fucking scares the hell out of him. You got to know an Edomite. Edomites, they don't like being boxed in. They don't like when they have to bow to pressure. They hate that shit with a passion. But unfortunately, your creation, Esau, and you will bow. Okay? Or in the famous words of Beanie Siegel in those state property movies, either you're going to get down or you're going to lay down. And, well, the Israelites are going to have the power to make you lay down. Well, even if you want to get down. This is Jeremiah 50:43. It's the king of Babylon have heard the report of them, and his hands waxed feeble. Anguish took hold. Anguish, y'all, took hold of him. And as pains as a woman in travail. A woman in travail is a woman that's screaming and yelling and crying and all over the place and don't know what to do with herself. And she's just trying to she can't even figure nothing out because she's wailing all over the place. That's what the elite are of today. The king of Babylon, who is Esau, Edom, according to Genesis 25:27, right? They're not going to know what to do because they're scared themselves. And as the scripture says in Isaiah 24, as the scripture says in Isaiah 24, let's just read it. Isaiah 24:1, it says, behold, the Lord Yahweh maketh the earth empty and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. So the Lord is making it very abundant that he's going to devastate everybody that has fought against Jerusalem. You will all pay. Every last one of you. If you fought against Jerusalem, you will pay. Okay? No ifs, ands, buts about it. Malachi 4:1, it says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be as stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave neither root nor branch. You're not going to fight against the Lord and think you're going to win. Okay? So unfortunately, we're going to have relatives that are going to make the unfortunate decision of trying to fight on the side of America, and they're going to lose their lives. That's just the unfortunate reality. I have prepared myself for the last few years, through counsel, through brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? Talking to brothers, watching videos, watching the elders, asking questions. We have prepared ourselves for the eventuality that some of us, some of our own very family, flesh and blood that we love very much, okay, on this side, we've prepared ourselves that they will not conform to Yahweh Shai. And in this happening, they will very much lose their lives. And it's an unfortunate fact, but we have to accept it. We're not going to fight against the truth. We're going to tell the truth, okay? This is Zechariah 14:12. It says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem, right? You fought against Jerusalem, meaning if you're out here talking about you other nations, if you're out here persecuting the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans in any way, or Israelites, foreigners, okay, that may look like another race than us, right? You will pay for your treachery. You will pay for what you've done. Okay? And the longer you do it, all you're doing is building up the tab. So when the Lord comes back with that smite, you can't blame anyone but yourself. Okay. Zechariah 14:12, it says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem, which is so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, so-called. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. Sarah, what's the girl name? Sarah, what's the name from Terminator? Sarah Connor style, right? It says, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes. So, man. So you're going to see this heat and you're going to feel it and you're going to turn into dust. It says, and their tongues shall consume away in their mouth. So those very tongues that you wagged, that you use to talk shit and call niggers, and as I said the word, and the fact that you use these very words against the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, even the fact that it's black, Latino, and Native American, those are derogatory terms, but you don't care because you perceive yourself to be in a power seat. And that's why we tell our people not to, matter of fact, Proverbs. We tell our people never to envy thy oppressor. This is Proverbs 3:31. It says, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways, because if you choose his ways, you will be destroyed just like him. Okay? You will be destroyed just like him. You choose his ways, that's on you. You were warned. Okay? Now back in the article. Russia is fear-mongering from the point of view, they're like, well, we got to be able to protect ourselves in space too. If we was able to shoot those nukes, we got to be able to, protect ourselves in case they shoot their nukes, in which they were or will. And so they're making the case that they want to start their own Star Wars program. But all of this, please understand, the elite understands that the threat is coming from the heavens. They are fighting each other, but the ultimate fight is going to come from the heavens. And when you fight against the Lord's people, they are preparing for the eventuality of Yahushua coming back to defend his people as it has been prophesied. Okay, it says back in the article, Trump's executive order to develop advanced missile defenses issued earlier this week authorizes the creation of space-based interceptors, among other things. It says, we see this as yet another confirmation of the U.S. focus on turning space into an arena for armed confrontation, warfare, and the development of weapons. It says this would completely discredit the previous U.S. administration's initiative to develop certain norms, rules, and principles on behavior in space, and would violate the ban on testing direct ascent and satellite killer missiles, she added. So again, they're playing wordplay. Please read through the words here. Understand, this is not what they're truly saying, although they're saying it, all right, in public. They have to have a public spin on it, but they both understand that the threat will come from heaven. Okay, so they will shoot nukes on each other. That's true, because it's a part of World War III. Russia will lead that charge, according to Jeremiah 50 and 51. Russia will, and Isaiah 13. Russia will lead the charge in destroying Babylon the Great. But see, they both understand that the threats are coming from the heavens. And America, in my opinion, but I could be wrong, but in America, they perceive that threat coming from heaven even more so than Russia does. Russia is jockeying to sit at the head of the table. America is worried about what's coming from the skies. And they are definitely not perceiving the threat that's here on earth. It's clear as day, y'all. They're thinking everybody's in cahoots with them to try to stop what's coming from the heavens, but everybody on earth is colluding against them to stop them, period. And this is written all in prophecy. Okay. Trump's decisions indicate Washington's intention to actively develop and expand deeply destabilizing military programs such as Star Wars. All right, Zaharova, said noting that it would expand missile defenses to a scale that to comparable to Reagan's Star Wars program. Yeah, so they know. I mean, it goes without saying, but they're going to try to stop Yahushua. Okay? They're going to try to stop Yahushua, and it ain't going to work. And I know they watched the videos, right? They're trying to get answers, but there are no answers for what's coming for you, okay? 2nd Esdras 13:3, it says, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong from with thousands of heaven, right? So he coming with the angels. Those are other chariots. He's going to have a main chariot that's going to be huge, so huge that it's going to be like in Independence Day, right? It says, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. So that means he's coming from the heavens. It says, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned with those concentrated laser beams. It says that heard his voice like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men. So this is the militaries that are coming together to try to stop the second coming of Yahushua, right? That's what those missile defense systems in heavens or in space are set up for. Okay. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there were gathered together a multitude of men out of number, all right, from the four winds of the heavens. So that means every military on earth, they're going to come together to try to stop Yahushua. It says to subdue the man that came out of the sea, which is the heavens. It says, but I beheld, and lo, he had gave himself, it's like he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. So that's talking about the chariot. It says, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. Now this goes into when you hear about these reports of NASA talking about, they want to stop, they see comets and stuff like that, and they see meteors or whatever, and like, you know how these bug outs be saying like the earth is going to be destroyed by meteors and comets and shit like that. Well, really what they're trying to say, and I'm talking about the ones that are really in the rooms with the elite hearing these things, the spin is they know that the Lord is going to come back on a gigantic rock, okay, which is going to be a chariot ship, and they're going to categorize it as a comet coming to the earth. No, really, it's just the Lord coming to destroy you. Okay, it says, and that's what they're afraid of. And it's like in verse 9, it says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, right? So they coming, they coming to try to stop him. Okay, because they know that if he wins, it's over for everybody. Okay, which it's written that it is over for everybody. Okay, it says he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he went out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, concentrated laser beam. It says, and out of his lips a flaming breath. Whew. It says, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. Woo. Sparks and tempest, man. So it's gonna be winds. So you imagine this. The Lord got the power to create firestorms in the heavens. Okay, he's burning you with concentrated laser beams. He's throwing tornadoes in midair at you. What the fuck you gonna do with that? What is your Star Wars program gonna do against that, huh? I've chosen the correct side. I've chosen Yahweh side. Okay? All the militaries of the earth, you will all lose. You're gonna all lose. All of you. Okay? It says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of a innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. And if you was afraid, I'm talking about Esdras, the prophet, what do you think of those who were in that battle? He destroyed everyone. Yo, listen, this is literally going to be a Mike Tyson fight. If you blink, it's over. Okay? We chose the right side, brothers and sisters. Those of you that believe on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, we have chosen the correct side. You believe on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you chosen the right side. It doesn't matter what the fuck they say about us. It is you that have chosen the wrong side. You chose the other side. We chose the Most High side. You are going to lose. It is written. We will have this captivity broken off of our necks. All right, momentarily, brothers and sisters. We just gotta hold on. The persecution is coming. Yes, we preach about that as well. But the persecution is not going to match the levels of salvation that we're going to receive as due to the fact that Yahweh Shai fought for us and not everybody else. He fought against them. Scripture says, if you fight against Jerusalem, the Lord is going to burn you. Okay, all of you that think that this is a game and think that you're going to just escape, you're going to just live in America and Yahweh Shai is going to rule the rest of the world. No, you're crazy. He's going to destroy America. You have too many crimes. You have done too much. You are the well-favored harlot that will be destroyed in the last days. This is America. This is Babylon the Great. This is prophesied to be the last captivity for the Israelites. No more captivities will befall the so-called Black, Latino, and Native American men, women, and children after this captivity is destroyed. So those of you that say that you believe on the Most High, you need to be rooting against America. But listen, there is those that are Anton Daniels out there that are going to say, I love my place. You know why he loves it? Because he's on top and he gets to see other Jakes, namely the prophets, on the bottom. Or he perceives to be on the bottom. And there's going to be a switch. And that's what he's afraid of. He's afraid of losing that access and power. And I'm using him as an avatar. But those type of men, they're afraid to lose that power. And namely to the men that he perceives that he's better than. Because of his access to money. And when Yahushua comes back, that dynamic will end, and that is what he's afraid of. He might pick up a goddamn AR-15 himself and start buzzing back. And then the Lord's going to zap his sorry ass into dust like the rest of you. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Waharakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, many blessings and salutations unto the hopeful elect, the house of David, the Bayafta Wadah, for whom these epistles are written for in these last days. Shalom to the elect. And again, victory is written. They're using double speak here. They're talking about war with each other, talking about Russia and America, but also trying to fortify heavens. And I would have to ask, or anyone who's reasonable would ask, why? Why are you trying to fortify the heavens? yeah, you can shoot your missiles or whatever, and you got your, your defense systems, but you know what's coming. Shalom to the elect.